May I know how I should address you? The figure pondered for a moment and replied, think of me as a poet.
I've been confused as of late, yeah.
Because this is the moment you realize something inside you is broken, and it can never be fixed.
The Fool is an ancient entity more ancient than history, more ancient than the primeval gods and epochs. In the year 1359 of the fifth epoch, he awakened within the body of Klein Moretti, who had taken his own life after being driven mad by the cursed Antigonus's book. Seeking to return, the Fool enacted a ritual that led to the formation of the Tarot Club, with Miss Justice and Mr. Hanged Man as its founders. Upon returning to his divine kingdom, the Fool resurrected Klein as a price for awakening inside his body. After foiling the descent of an evil god, Klein was revived a second time by the Fool's powers, becoming his blessed. Now bearing the name Mr. World, he pursued vengeance against those behind the evil god's descent, all while following the Fool's enigmatic commands, bound to an ancient and unfathomable destiny.
Run, boy, run. The sun will be guiding you. Run, boy, run. They're trying to stop you. Run, boy, run. This race is a prophecy. Run, boy, run. Break out from society. Oh, is another day. And you don't have to hide away. You'll be a man, boy. But for now, it's time to run. It's time to
Experienced, Benson protected his sister and wallet before leaving the station with their suitcases while following the crowd. Suddenly, they simultaneously felt a gaze sweep past them. Tracing the gaze, Benson and Melissa saw a young gentleman with neat black hair and dark brown eyes. The gentleman with the gold-rimmed glasses pressed his hat and looked past them into the distance. Benson and Melissa also looked away. Carrying his suitcase with an expressionless look, Klein walked past them with his body kept straight. He entered the departure station facing the mass of people pouring into the land of hope, people filled with wonderful hopes in their hearts. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
The young boy asked, "But why do this? Why go so far to protect everyone else?"
Klein finally smiled, as if finally learning something that he thought he had learned long ago. We are guardians, but we are also a bunch of miserable wretches, fighting the threats and the madness. I won't lose much, just myself. There are always things more important than oneself.
When in line, and on top of all that shit, you always lying. On top of all that shit, I stood just fine.
When the Lord that created everything, the omnipotent and omniscient God, cast his attention on this world, he had many angels around him. Among them were leaders of the angels, kings of angels that were closest to being a god.
The Trojan horse of fate, the slug of time, the loopholes in rules, the manifestation of all errors.
As he passed through the room, he suddenly saw a person sitting on the sofa. The man was wearing a classic black robe and a pointed hat. He placed his right leg over his left and was leisurely reading a newspaper, as if sensing Leonard's arrival.
The figure took out a monocle made of crystal and leisurely placed it over his right eye, revealing a slight smile at Lumion. "You can call me Amon, or..."